Hello everybody, Shifu in the cards here. I have a great opportunity from CD Projekt Red. It's been an honor. I got a little emotional last night. It was very cool. They did this. They gave me access to the open beta. So for this video is for those of you, welcome all the new players of Gwent. It is here. The open beta is unique. The game change has been drastic. So those of us that were in the closed beta, we're not going to have that much of a head start really over all you new players. So I thought what I would do is build a very simplistic and straightforward deck for new players that will showcase some of the new mechanics and a really fun deck to play, new or old or experienced. Excuse me, and it's based around dwarfs. So I call it Booster Dwarf, which I'll explain in a second. The name actually makes sense when I break it down. It's a very, very good deck. It's very fun. I have all the cards animated, and again, I want to thank CD Projekt Red. I'm making this video 5 days before the actual release. So this is the first, you'll see, the first Dwarf deck of the new Gwent. So here we go. Starts off with 3 Mahakman Defenders. Now these have a thing called Resilient. So what Resilient will do is it'll stay on the battlefield for 1 turn. So you play it on turn 1, it'll stay there unless it's removed till turn 2. And that's kind of your cornerstone of your deck. You want that to stay there and pump it up. But there's things called Scorches and Gignies which remove big strength, so you want to have protection but pump up bigger units. Well, this guy, and this is the first we see, a boost. Boost an ally by 3. If it is a dwarf, boost by 5 instead. So you can boost that one, but you want to always pay attention and be cognizant of Scorches and Gignies, so you want to use the other cards. So you have dwarves boosting other dwarves, which is helpful to get higher locations. You see what I did? Okay, it's a little short joke. It's a little joke, if you will. Okay, so the Mahakman Guards do the boosting. Now, the Dwarven Mercenaries move an ally and boost. This is especially effective because it is a boost mechanic, and it moves it out of weather. So if it's in a weather row, you can boost or pull it back, get a buff, remove it from the debuff. It's very good. I call her Idi Amin because that's an actress, but it's still a good card. Ida Emion. Spawn. So when she comes out, she has a triple choice, right? So it's kind of a situational card in your Dwarf Boost deck. She can cast Quen, which is kind of where you want to use it. It casts Shield and Boost. So you can boost a Mahakman Defender and put him +3 and give him a Shield, which will protect against Owls or Thunder or any kind of nasty removals. You could also, if you don't have that, you can use an Impenetrable Fog or an Overdose, which is kind of like a swipe. So it has kind of situational abilities. Then you have Dennis Cranmer, excuse me. Deploy, strengthen all other dwarves, so it's a boost by 1 of all your dwarves. Very effective. You have Sheldon Skaggs. I wonder if I can do that. Yeah. So you have Sheldon Skaggs, move all units to the row, to random rows. So again, in this one, let's say you have all your dwarves on one of the rows and the opponent plays a weather. You drop Sheldon Skaggs, it scatters the dwarves away from the weather and gives them more power. So the boost in effect. Synthesis. First of all, God bless you. But secondly, this is a boost card. It's a dragon. It's Saskia's dragon name and true dragon form. Boost self by 1 for each dwarf. This is a unit that gets boosted by the dwarves as opposed to boosting other dwarves. And damages enemy by a number of elf allies. You have 3 elf allies that boost your dwarves, so it could be a nice little poke. But mostly it's for just a big gold minion. Zoltan Shive, of course, is in there. Deploy, move 3 units to the row on this side. If they're allies, strengthen them by 2. So another boost mechanic. You can kind of gather them all up and then boost them together. I have this card because I really like it, Shiru. So what Shiru does is you may transform a card in your hand into Scorch. So this is a situational card. Let's say you have all your dwarves and they're gaining momentum and they're doing well, and your opponent has a big minion on the other side, bigger than your dwarves. Boom, transform a card into Scorch and drop it. You can also just play it as a straight 11 gold. That's also very good. So it's, like I said, it's situational. So that's that first row. So you have the 3 Mahakman Defenders, the 3 Mahakman Guards that boost, the 3 Dwarven Mercenaries that boost, Idi Amin that has a boost. This boosts all the dwarves. This boosts and spreads the dwarves. This gets boosted by the dwarves. You start to see the synergy. This boosts and pulls the dwarves, and this is a Scorch. So this is one that doesn't quite synergize with the boost theme, but it gives you a little bit of defense that could come up handy in a tight spot. Alright, Dwarven Skirmisher. Damage an enemy, and when it does, if it's not destroyed, boost self by 2. It's just a nice little poke. Hawker support. Boost a unit in your hand by 3. This is very important. So this is one of those boosts. And what it does is, let's say the synergy lies is you can boost the Mahakman guard to 8, drop him down, and boost the Mahakman defender, and keep on boosting, and giving yourself some cover. I love Barclay L's. Play a random dwarf from your deck. Synergizes really well with Yarpin. So you play Yarpin, you play Barclay L's, you get 3 dwarves, and then you can decoy him back, and so on and so forth, and keep on the boost and dwarf synergy. You have one spell for one reason. You have a Swallow Potion, boost by 9, and you have Ithleen, play a bronze special card from your deck, spawn a copy of it, and shuffle the others. What she does is she basically, with this one potion, because that's all she can pull, is an 20-point card. So you'll play her, you'll get this potion, you'll put it on a dwarf, you'll get to play another potion, put on another dwarf, spread the love out, and get some massive points. Very simple deck. It's a very, very good deck for open beta. It's a very good dwarf deck. I love dwarf decks. It's a very good Soyatel deck. It's very friendly. You can use Bruver Hoog as your ability to pull out the dwarf of your choice. You would probably pull out, depending on the situation, Dennis Kramer is a good one to pull out, especially if you have a decoy already in your hand. It's just, you're just building a dwarven army. And what you're doing is your resilient dwarf units, which are your mercenaries and Yarpin, you are protecting, you are boosting after you boost other units as a shield. So they're never in threat of being reduced, and hopefully you get Ida Immune, and you're able to put some Quinn on them so they're not Thunderbolt or any kind of Lacerate or anything. So you have some protection. You have Shiru to give you a gold Scorch whenever you need it. And that is Booster Dwarf. And what I'll do tonight is I'm going to play on my stream. By the way, things have changed. You're watching the YouTube video, or you will be watching the YouTube video. This is the YouTube video you're looking for. But I stream every night, 11 p.m. Central Standard Time to 6 a.m. Central Standard Time every day, 7 days a week. I stream. It's a passion. I'm able to do it. So this is a look at the Booster Dwarf deck. I will be shooting and cutting gameplay video from this weekend's my private test realm open beta, and I'll be shooting a couple of videos. This is the first one, Booster Dwarf. It's very fun. I'll be doing a Northern Realm. I'll be doing one for each faction and posting them Monday and Tuesday so you can see all the cool decks from the open beta and some cool decks for when you get started with this new awesome Gwyn experience. You'll be able to jump right in with some pre-constructed or get a general idea. I chose this one first because it's the easiest one to get started. So that's that. And thank you for watching my YouTube videos. Thank you for watching my stream. Those of you on Twitch right now, I'm going to continue on and kind of do highlights. And then do it. These are basically, if you're watching on Twitch, these are me introducing the decks we'll be seeing tonight for my YouTube audience, for them to build some cool decks when they start the open beta. And if you notice, none of them are expensive. No, there's really no legendaries. I try to do it, well, except for Theseus, Zoltan, Shiru, and so you have 4 legendaries. The rest are easy to afford, and you can substitute them with other goals. These just synergize a little better. So it's a cheap deck. It's an easy deck to build. Probably the first deck I'm going to try to build on my PTR account on the PS4. There you go. Booster Dwarf. Very fun little dwarf deck.